We could not have picked a better day to have a groundbreaking ceremony for a new police building for West Patrol. I think the sign behind me says the first new building since 1991. So it's a great day. Let me do some introductions before we get moving forward. So we have Mr. Parlett here representing the city, who's my boss, Mr. Parlett right here. From our elected body, we have Mayor Mims, Commissioner Joseph, Commissioner Shaw, Commissioner Fairchild, and Commissioner Turner-Sloss. From PD, we have our Assistant Chief Eric Henderson, Major Saunders from support. I see West Patrol, who's going to be this in the office. Major Mullins back there. I see Major Lawson, who is in charge of the Community Services Division. I don't know, I see Major Hall, who's he's so tall, he's hiding behind. I don't know if I see Major Brian Johns from our Criminal Investigations. He's here somewhere. No, he's not here. Okay, and we have Sergeant Thomas, the FOP President. Sergeant Thomas back there. And to a whole bunch of directors. I see the Fire Chief here. I see the HRC Director here. I think I see, yep, there I saw Barb Dosek, who's Director for Law Department. If I'm missing anybody else, I apologize. I see a whole bunch of community members, really appreciate it. App Architecture, Brahma Constructions, who are part of this collaboration in getting this new building design and getting started. So before I say a few things, let me invite Mr. Parlett to say a few words, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Chief. Welcome, everyone. You might imagine that getting here to a groundbreaking is not an easy task. So I have to give a heck of a lot of credit to Major Paul Saunders, who was the leader. And his fortitude and I'll say tenacity in working through processes from design to now permits. Nearly a Herculean task for someone who wasn't necessarily trained in doing that. But he's done an exceptional job. And of course, this facility will be incredibly impactful for this community. What I'd like to speak about is the intentionality about the design. We worked very diligently, and I give full credit to App Architecture for finding a way to honor the history of this site. And you see the image on the board behind me. It very much looks like an airplane hangar. So it is the second step. The West Library, of course, was first in the redevelopment of this entire site. So we really appreciate the design folks and honoring the history of this site and moving this step forward for what will be an incredibly important asset for this community. So thank you all for coming. As mentioned by the chief, his first police facility under construction since 1991. First City of Dayton facility since, I believe it was around 2008 when we constructed GDRC down the street. So very exciting day. From there, I'll turn it back to the chief. Thank you, everyone.
Now if you can get our Mayor Mims to say a few words. Mayor Mims.
Hey, first of all, thank you all for being here, and Chief has given you a lot of some of the details about the specialness of this project. This actually is something that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Every time we build a new facility, it shows that more and more improvement of things that's happening as far as the city of Dayton is concerned. And these are some of the ARPA dollars from the $138 million that we got from the Biden-Harris administration that allows us to improve the quality of life for the citizens that we have in Dayton. And when we find ways to improve the support for our police who are providing the services of trying to keep you safe, we see great things happening as far as those things are concerned. I do see our President NAACP who's here. I want to thank you for being here, Dr. Ford. Thank you. I know another part of the police reform project, Dr. David Fox, back there, Reverend Dr. David Fox, back there as well. So these things are happening because people work together. And that's the only way it happens. You work together. And as was mentioned, this building will be somewhat similar in design to sort of match the library. Also, it matches the hangar. Someone said it looks like an airplane hangar, which we're building a lot of those as well. But the aspect of looking at the library and looking at what you see in terms of design right here is very special, so it's going to go in with that design. Also, this space over here will be designed as well. We still have some things going on with that project, and that project will be very, very big. Okay, very big. We got a couple $1 million already in the pot, waiting for some things to happen before we can continue to move on that. So, as I mentioned something about the library, let me sit down and give a commercial before I sit down. Commercial for the library. All right. The library has done a lot of good work for this city, for this community, especially a lot of work for young people that we have in our community. So I'm going to give a plug. Okay, being on that committee and co-chair, I'm going to give a plug to make sure you vote for the library. All right, thank you.
All right, before we get to the nitty-gritty, a few words. One of the, I think Mr. Parlett mentioned the intentionality of this location. This location provides accessibility to a lot of different areas for West Patrol. It's right near several communities. Westwood, Residence Park, Crown Point, Arlington Heights, and Miami Chapel neighborhoods. Gives you accessibility to 35, West 3rd, and Gettysburg area. So it really is very centrally located for to provide the services that we need to provide to our community. Lastly, our officers deserve new things, right? New sites. So it's a new building. They work really hard all over the city of Dayton. So the fact that the city has been able to support building a new facility, a brand new facility for our officers, it's a great thing. So really appreciate all of you guys coming. Appreciate the city, the commission, and being able to build a new thing here. The fact the library is here, so these are two anchor points where the government itself is investing money in the area that we believe is ripe for development. So I think now with the anchor point there, this anchor point, I think this area is ripe for development and good things to come in the future. So with that said, we're going to now go to the actual ceremony. If I can have all the commissioners and Mr. Parlett go on the other side. And oh yeah, I'm sorry. So let me no notes. So let me invite the commissioners one by one if they'd like to say a few words. So go by seniority. Mr. Joseph.
I'm really glad to be here today. I want to thank all of you residents who are here today too. So many of you work so hard every day. It's nice to be able to invite you to something that's like this, something that's new, that's coming, that's going to help the community. It's going to help our own employees. We're glad you're here. To you officers, I'm glad we're getting you some new digs. It's well deserved, and I'm glad we can finally do it. I was sort of searching my memory for something that felt like this situation, building something brand new, building a new building as part of an effort to bring up an entire area. Two things came to mind. The first, for those of you who's old or older than I am, was the area around Patterson and Monument when we first started talking about stadium and redeveloping that area. That looked a lot like this. If you can remember the old closed Sears and the car place, a lot of decrepitness. But one by one, institutions came in, private industry, public, private money, government money, everybody came together and rebuilt the area. The other, of course, is the area around Miami Valley Hospital and UD. That neighborhood, through a lot of work and over a lot of time, has grown up. And I see the same potential here We already have some of the anchors in place, like the mayor said, and I'm really excited about the potential of this site. So I'm glad to be here. I'll turn the mic over to Commissioner Shaw.
Thank you, Commissioner Joseph. And yeah, so you're really talking about leveraging investment in a community. And that's how it begins with projects like this and the library. I've been looking at this site for a very, very long time. I grew up, many of you know I have a cleaners not far from here. We used to clean for this inland plant here years ago, and the Wright Brothers hangar was inside this whole time, a secret. But now it's exposed, and this is actually the oldest airplane manufacturing hangar in the world, right here in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, that's really important. Development projects like this, and what was a very depressed part of our city. Dick Williams here, thank you for being here, Chairman Greer. Know that we deserve investment in this part of our community. We deserve it, and it starts with a city. I'm glad that the Metro, the libraries, made this investment first. It's taking a risk. Maybe the first one in, you're taking all the risk because you don't know if this is going to happen. I see Kendall here and many others from NAHA, National Aviation Heritage. It's a collective impact to turn the corner on an area that's been depressed. You know, it takes vision, it takes investment and of resources that we know that we don't necessarily have, but collaborating and coming all together, we're able to make projects like this work. So I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for this part of our city. Excited for the police department, which does deserve new things. They spend a lot of time in these facilities, and this is, you know, their second home in many cases. But it's to protect this neighborhood, to let everyone know that it's safe in West Dayton, and it's going to spark development. So I'm glad to be here with you today. I'm glad you all came. I'll turn it over to Commissioner Fairchild. This comes up.
I just want to say thank you for being here. I want to commend our police leadership, our city administration leadership, our police leadership for bringing this together. As I arrived, I heard really great comments about how inclusive the communication and the planning has been, and I think that's a great model for us to do the work that we need to do. We talk about vision. Over last 5 years, we got our vision plan for the neighborhoods, and this area became one that became prominent. And so to have a vision, then start to do some planning. I hate the way we got the resources, quite frankly. You know, I hate that we had to go through COVID, but we're being good stewards with those resources. When those resources came our way, we knew exactly what we needed to do, and this is a fine example of us working with our partners to make an investment. And I hope this is a catalyst for our community and our police working together in new ways. And I think this location is going to say a lot to the community and the opportunities we have. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Well said.
So that is the challenge of being the least with the last with the least tenure. But nonetheless, I just wanted to echo all of my colleagues' comments. Thank you all for being here. I would like to take a moment in recognizing all of the neighborhood leadership, President Charlene Wortham, Chairman David Greer, Ms. McNeil is here, Dee Wooding, a number of you, all of the city staff. Thank you so much for your tenacity, for your commitment. This is Customer Service Week, and so again, I want to applaud the city leadership. Thank you, Mr. Parlett, Ms. Lofton, as well as Ms. Dixteen. I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you.
So before we start, James Ryder right there is our Public Affairs Office. So I guess he'll keep his job for one more day, so he reminded me to make sure that the commission had a chance to talk. So thank you, James. That was moving so fast. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Really appreciate that. Part of some of the individuals that Commissioner Turner-Sloss identified are also part of my Chief Advisory Council, so appreciate you guys providing the input that you provide when we meet on a monthly basis and being here. That means a lot. So, James, we're good to go now, right? Not forget anybody else? All right, that's good to go.
All right, Ian. Okay, up.
When I was in his way.
All right, on 3, we turn to the left.
1, 2, 3. All right. How'd it look? All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Come on.